Information Network. It's the win.
Sometimes have you ever gotten a goal and you reached it and you went, oh, that's good. Now what? You ever done that? Okay. So you get there and then you go, now what? The reason why is because this isn't it. This is it. Your true purpose is it. And you may say, Burge, I don't know what my true purpose is. But I imagine that you see it a lot. You haven't been able to really focus on it and know what that is. I'm having a purpose. I'm having an effect on you right now. I don't know what it's going to be. I was a teacher back in, I live in Atlanta, okay? And I'm a drama teacher. Used to be a drama teacher. I don't know if you can tell. But basically, I had this guy, his name was Reggie, and he was this black kid, and he was awesome, and he was just he had raw talent. And I did Godspell, and I cast him in Jesus, and this was in Atlanta, I didn't care. I was like, man, you're awesome. So we put him in as Jesus in Godspell, right? And the dude was he loved it. You could feel the passion coming from it. He loved it. And after the show, I said, Reggie, you've got to follow your dream, honey. You're graduating. Are you going to, you're just awesome. This is who you are. He said, yeah, I know, but my mom and my dad, they want me to be a doctor. So I've got to go to med school and blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, well, I understand. And just, honey, follow your dreams. That's all I said. I never saw the kid again until 4 years later. Out in Orlando, I was in front of the castle, Cinderella's castle out there. And guess who was out there doing a solo? Reggie. And here I am up there jumping up down and this crazy woman going, Reggie, oh my God, it's Reggie, oh my God. I recognized him and he thought this crazy woman jumping in the audience and he said, go get Burge, go get her, go Miss Burge, go get her. So I went backstage and he got down on his knees and he said, Burge, Miss Burge, you changed my life. You changed my life. I follow my dreams. I'm making more money than I've ever made. My parents are so happy for me. I'm going to Japan and I'm going to be traveling the world. And you helped me. You're the one who told me. Remember how Nancy calls about the one? You're the one. I didn't know I had that effect on this kid, but you had the same effect. And as long as you're adding value along the way, that's the key. That's why this isn't it. Make goals because you're moving. Because if you don't make a goal, you're standing. But as long as you're adding value along the way, then your true purpose will add value. One of my favorite movies of all time is It's a Wonderful Life. It's a Christmas story. Yes. And Jimmy Stewart, he thought he had screwed up his whole life and his whole family hated him and he was going to jail and he had the worst life. He didn't get to do what he really wanted to do. So he said, I wish I'd never been born. So the angel comes down and says, okay, your wish is my command. You've never been born. He got to see what kind of effect he had on the world. And then he said, oh, let me live again, let me live again. Let me live again. I'm going to jail, yes. I have such a wonderful life. He saw how much of an effect he had on the world around him. He had no idea. And he's just like you. You have an effect. You make a difference. You're important. Don't ever give up on yourself. You have a purpose. As long as you're adding value, your purpose will add value. You do make a difference. Without you, there's a hole in the universe. Everybody take that in. And that's the real truth for me, okay? So, if you want to get more of that, loving, which is what I'm about, then I, of course, as Dr. Yvonne says, I'm not going to sell you anything here. Okay? I'm learning from her, so this is good. So here it is. I have a special for you guys. A lot of people around South Florida, I've been coming down here for 18 years. I've been doing Essence of Being for 20. I've been involved in the metaphysical, the experiential workshops for 35 years. So, I've got some wrinkles. They're beautiful, okay? Yes, character lines. So, the next Essence of Being workshop, and Trish took it, so she's going to tell us a little bit about her experience. But the next one that we have coming up here, it'll be in Miami, October 25th through the 27th. It's a 3-day, full-on play shop. All day Friday, Friday night. All day Saturday, Saturday night. All day Sunday and into the Sunday night. Okay? And people go, oh my God, it's long. But I do it through super learning, which is a technique where you get things and you remember things very easily. And by the end of the weekend, you're thinking, where did the time go? And you come in one way and you leave another. Totally, we've had people transform their whole bodies and their face within a weekend. And I don't do it. It's, again, I hold the space for all of you to discover, okay? And then you create it with us. It's pretty powerful, I have to say, and that's why I do it, because it's really time. It's time for us to stand in our power. It's time for us to make a difference. It's time for you to know who you really are and remember that you're important. It's time to bring the feminine energy and the masculine energy back to the world, okay?
It's the win!